a submerged car, and an escape plan. What happened at Beaver Lake just a few hours ago.
And the campus concealed carry law continues to raise questions why the Senate had to take a vote.
A former police chief turns into a capital murder suspect. Why the case is getting harder to close.
UATV starts right now. Welcome to Monday night's edition of UATV. I'm Destiny Washington.
And I'm Andrew Epperson. Thank you very much for joining us.
Breaking news tonight, the Benton County Sheriff's Office said a vehicle was purposely driven into Beaver Lake just a few hours ago. Deputies say the driver jumped out of the vehicle before it was submerged. As emergency services planned to respond to the accident, the suspect then fled the scene. He left in a separate vehicle that was waiting for him. An investigation is still ongoing.
A former police officer appears in court. UATV's Lauren Dedman tells us why he faces capital murder charges.
I'm here live at Benton County Sheriff's Office where former Gateway police officer Grant Harden resides. This morning he appeared in court where he pleaded not guilty for the capital murder of James Appleton. Now, if you can remember, on February 23rd, Appleton was found dead with a gunshot to the face and head. Harden was identified on the scene during the shooting. When questioned by the police, he remained silent. There is no apparent reason why he killed Mr. Applegate. Now, I asked people within the community how they thought this situation affects the community.
I think it just loses trust with the community.
It's not a healthy environment for the people afterwards, like after all the backlash.
I don't know, I feel like it would affect the security of the community and how safe they feel with their law enforcement.
Now, evidence does show that blood that was found in Harden's car was also Appleton's blood. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Lauren Dedman.
Thanks, Lauren. Harden's next court appearance is set for June.
The state of Arkansas plans to execute 8 inmates on death row this month, but they are still missing one key thing in order to carry this out. UATV's Samantha Marks has more details.
For the first time in 12 years, the state of Arkansas will carry out the death penalty. These 8 men will be executed over the span of 10 days in the month of April. The rush? To avoid the looming expiration date of the lethal injection drug. But now, the state of Arkansas is having trouble finding enough volunteers from the public to watch the executions.
I would definitely not attend.
No, I don't think I'd be there.
I wouldn't go.
I don't think I'd be able to go.
I couldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't go.
Arkansas State Code states that at least 6, but not more than 12, quote, respectable citizens must be in attendance to view the executions in order to confirm they were completed in a lawful manner. These volunteers must be 21 years or older, an Arkansas resident, cannot be related to the family of victim or inmate, and cannot have any felony convictions. Solomon Graves, the Arkansas Department of Corrections spokesperson, says, "We continue to be confident in our ability to carry out these sentences on the dates set by the governor." The state of Arkansas says it is unable to reveal how many witnesses have volunteered so far.
If anyone is interested in attending as a volunteer, contact the Arkansas Department of Corrections.
The Arkansas legislature has approved a $5.5 billion budget for the state. The Revenue Stabilization Act, which sets spending based on expected revenue, has been approved in the Senate on a 23-0 vote. The Senate has also passed the Rainy Day Fund, approved on a 92-2 vote. That fund consists of nearly $16 million.
Recently, the Senate voted 22-10 to exempt college sporting events from the recent campus concealed carry law. This means sportgoers are not allowed to carry concealed weapons into Razorback Stadium or any other sporting venues.
Well, tonight we're going to find out who will claim the title of best team in college basketball. Hey, North Carolina and Gonzaga go head-to-head tonight in the NCAA Tournament Championship game.
And 2 very different programs face each other. The Tar Heels playing in their 11th finals and the Bulldogs just their first. Our sports anchor, Juliana Clipson, has more.
After all the upsets, tight games, and general madness, two teams are still dancing. Gonzaga ended South Carolina's Cinderella run in the 2017 NCAA tournament with a 77-73 victory Saturday in the Final Four, and North Carolina followed with a 77-76 win against Oregon. Will Gonzaga win its first title, or will North Carolina avenge last season's championship loss to Villanova and take home the school's sixth crown? Tip-off is tonight at 8:20 p.m. in suburban Phoenix.
Thank you, Juliana. Red and white flags wave across the Union Mall lawn to draw attention to sexual assault. The Flag Project places over 3,000 white and over 700 red flags in the grass in awareness of Sexual Assault Awareness Month. The red flags represent the potential 1 in 4 victims on campus. Each fabric square reads "One is too many, help prevent sexual violence." As students walk through the highly trafficked area of campus, the display gives a tangible view to a commonly private subject.
I think it's a good thing that we're talking about it. So it's a start, but there's still too many flags out here. It's a lot more flags than I would expect from our campus. I think it's rather sickening even.
The exhibit stays up through April 11th.
A man caught transporting a minor for prostitution faces up to 70 months in federal prison. The 17-year-old victim told Springdale police she was recruited through Facebook by a pimp by the name of T-Boy. T-Boy, formerly known as Antonio Nash, paid the minor in marijuana for the sexual encounters. Nash has admitted to the crime and is serving his time.
2 so-called fix bills could be passed to add changes to the state's medical marijuana law.
One bill would ban smoking or legal to smoke tobacco. That bill just needs the governor's signature to go into effect.
And this week, the House will read a bill that would require medical marijuana dispensaries to appoint a pharmacist to meet with patients. The state has just over a month to finalize all regulations regarding medical marijuana.
Well, the weather has been throwing us for a loop the past couple of days.
Well, that's for sure. Let's send it on over to Ceci Hernandez to get our 5-day update.
Thank you. All right, well, it's going to take us through another loop for the next couple of days because today was a little bit sunny and, well, be expecting some rain Tuesday and Wednesday. Tomorrow's thunderstorms will be in the afternoon, close to nighttime. Then we come back up on Thursday, so you don't have to worry about this weekend if you guys want to enjoy the pool. I saw some people where I live enjoying the pool, so I mean, the weather's going to come back up. Saturday and Sunday should be great for you guys, so be expecting that nice weather this weekend. That's all I have for you right now. I'm Ceci Hernandez.
The Arkansas Mega Million lottery ticket was sold in Stuttgart, and the winner still hasn't claimed the prize. The ticket was sold at the All-Stop Valero at 408 East 22nd Street. The winner will be the recipient of the largest jackpot ticket ever sold in the state at a record $177 million.
System leaves at least 11 dead and dozens injured. What caused the explosion? And a mudslide in Colombia leaves a devastating impact on the community. Who stepped up to help?
Only 30 minutes for lunch. We'll see you next class. Ready for class? Alrighty.
Cool thing about being a freshman on a university campus is that it's like an experience that's totally different from anything you've ever experienced. And I think New Student Family Programs works to make sure that as many people as possible can have a really good freshman experience. anything you do, whether it's orientation or rock camp or welcome weeks, those are things that are going to help you not only get involved with what's going on campus, but make you feel like you belong on this campus, because that's really a big part of like the collegiate experience, is that feeling of I should be here. Like I am qualified to be here, like I belong, you know, I am enough to be here.
Welcome to the U of A.
Thank you.
Off-campus student services helps connect students back to campus, whether they've lived on before and then moved off campus, or if they're freshman commuters.
At least 11 people were killed and 50 injured in St. Petersburg, Russia after an explosion in the metro. The explosion took place on a subway car at the Sinaya Plushad station. The train was traveling from one station to another. President Vladimir Putin, who was in the city at the time of the blast, has expressed his condolences to the victims.
And federal authority will take all necessary measures to provide support for families of those who died and those who suffered, injured.
He's considering all causes for the blast. All metro stations across the city remain closed. At least 254 people killed and 400 injured after 3 rivers overflowed in Colombia. The mudslide came after the region was battered by heavy rains. According to Puchiamo's Civil Protection Department, many people are still reported missing. President Juan Santos of Colombia spoke personally to residents affected by the mudslide.
No, gracias a Dios, no, todos estamos alentados, sino que nos quedamos sin nada.
Bueno, aquí venimos a ayudar. Vamos a quedar mejor de lo que estábamos antes.
President Santos says, quote, "Many people are coming to us saying, my son is missing, my father is missing, my mother is missing. We are working on putting a list for the total number of people missing." At least 12 people were hospitalized in a carbon monoxide leak at a hotel in Niles, Michigan. 6 of the victims were children. Hotel staffers called 911 when they walked by the pool area and saw children lying on the deck. Some staffers and emergency responders also were exposed to the gas. White House senior advisor Jared Kushner is in Iraq. Kushner, who is President Trump's son-in-law, is traveling with General Dunford and a senior counterterrorism official. He plans to visit with U.S. forces, meet with Iraqi leaders, and senior U.S. advisors during his trip. He'll also receive an update on efforts to fight ISIS. Well, the White House became a blue house for a little while on Sunday night. The executive mansion was lit up blue to mark World Autism Awareness Day. President Trump called on Americans to do the same in their homes and to learn more about autism. The administration says the move is a promise that Trump made to the late wife of his friend, Bob Wright, before the election. Actor Matthew Perry has declined Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's April Fool's Day invitation to fight. Trudeau challenged Perry to a rematch on Twitter after Perry said he beat Trudeau up years ago when they were in school. His tweet read, "I've been giving it some thought, and you know what? Who hasn't wanted to punch Chandler? How about a rematch?" at Matthew Perry. Well, that's what's happening around our world. I'm Maisie Vincent.
Cool thing about being a freshman on a university campus is that it's like an experience that's totally different from anything you've ever experienced. And I think New Student Family Programs works to make sure that as many people as possible can have a really good first year experience. Anything you do, whether it's orientation or rock camp or welcome weeks, those are things that are going to help you not only get involved with what's going on campus, but make you feel like you belong on this campus, because that's really a big part of like the collegiate experience, is that feeling of I should be here. Like I am qualified to be here, like I belong, you know, I am enough to be here.
Welcome to the U of A.
Thank you.
Off-campus student services helps connect students back to campus, whether they've lived on before and then moved off campus, or if they're freshman commuters that have never lived on campus. Students need a lot of help when they move off campus because it's a really big step. We start with helping them find off-campus housing through our housing website, and then we can also help navigate leases, landlord-tenant laws, and any other issues you may have once you live in an apartment.
Once you don't live in a residence hall, you don't always have all those people to go to or a place to stay, and we want to be that for these students.
This lounge here, I like having a couch and a microwave, and it is right next to the veterans office. I like the convenience of having a lounge area.
We don't want you to leave campus. We want you to stay here as much as possible. We invite them for free donuts and coffee every Wednesday morning, to use our commuter lounge here, to have a, you might say, like a home base.
What's really impactful for me working for off-campus student services is that it gives students information that they can use outside the classroom. We're helping them outside of just the academic world by giving them information like working with your roommates and landlord-tenant that they can use throughout their whole life.
Welcome back to UATV. I'm Ceci Hernandez. Let's take a look at your weather. Our 24-hour Doppler radar shows you right here, right now, that in the past 24 hours we have had some rain. Now, do expect, like I said before, that we will be expecting some rain tomorrow night and Wednesday night. Our next map will show us that the storms are and will be moving on up to the northeast part of the U.S. Places like the west part of Florida with heavy rain, they'll be expecting that. And places like Utah and Montana also expecting some heavy rain. Our next slide will show us the 24-hour temperature change. The 24-hour temperature change, as you can see, Florida with the most temperature change, but that's good for them because they're getting that heat. Also, you see some parts of the west, they're still dropping. There you can see right there in the blue means the snow. They're still having some snow there. And our next map will show us the current temperature. Our current temperature, like I said before, they're having that cold, chilly weather. On this part of the south, you're seeing the nice 70 weather. We're not going to be having that nice 70 weather just yet. Hopefully in the weekend we will be expecting that. Our next slide will show us the heat. Unfortunately, we are not having that nice warm weather. We are having a little bit warmer than usual, but like I said before, Texas is having that nice 80 weather, Florida with the nice 80 weather. Hopefully here in the next month we will see that nice summer weather. That's all I have for you guys right now. I'm Ceci Hernandez.
The University of Arkansas raised over $400,000 during the All-In fundraiser. The fundraiser took place during the U of A's 146th birthday bash. The university doubled its goal of $187,000.
Springtime of Youth concert tickets available for pickup this week. The first round of reservations started on Saturday. Students who got their tickets during that first round may get them this Wednesday and Thursday in the Union Living Room. Everyone must have a student ID to pick up. The second round of reservations starts April 15th. If all free tickets run out, there are general admissions available for $30 apiece. Last year, the committee putting on the event struggled to please everyone during this ticket-getting process.
I get a lot of texts like, it's sold out, my thing crashed, what do I do? So it's really stressful sometimes because you want everybody to come.
However, this year, tickets have yet to sell out.
University Program's Art Gallery Committee is hosting an exhibit titled Woman by artist Kelsey Gossett. Gossett's exhibit explores contemporary female experiences by taking on topics regarding stereotypes and expectations. The series covers a variety of subjects from personal grooming to motherhood. Her work explores ideas of identity, intimacy, and relationships while questioning expectations.
I think it could just open the eyes of a lot of people and just let them see how ridiculous some of the standards are.
The Woman exhibit is open from 10 to 6 Monday through Friday in the Ann Kittrell Art Gallery of the Arkansas Union.
April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month. All across our communities are coming together to raise awareness. Over 600 children alone were helped last year in Washington County. The pinwheel represents the fun spirit a child should have.
I'm here live outside of the Fayetteville Boys and Girls Club. Well, a pinwheel placing ceremony took place earlier today. This month, people come together to raise awareness in their community about the child abuse that resides there. Pinwheels are placed alongside banners to remind us of the nostalgia of childhood and to remind us of the childhoods that some might not want to remember. The Children's Safety Center is a resource that youth may use. Last year, there were around 612 child abuse cases within our region. The goal is to create a safe environment for the children.
When you think about the children that have been in abusive situations, those children, they've got to have somebody to stand up for them and protect them and guide them and help them.
Go, Jody. You can help spread awareness by purchasing one of the banners. A portion of the proceeds will be going directly to support the Children's Safety Center. I'm Jody Lofton.
Multiple pinwheel placing events will be going on tomorrow, one of them taking place at 11 in the morning at Farmington City Hall. When we come back, we'll find out who the new Razorback women's basketball coach is and more.
Off-campus student services helps connect students back to campus, whether they've lived on before and then moved off campus, or if they're freshman commuters that have never lived on campus. Students need a lot of help when they move off campus because it's a really big step. We start with helping them find off-campus housing through our housing website, and then we can also help navigate leases, landlord-tenant laws, and any other issues you may have once you live in an apartment.
Once you don't live in a residence hall, you don't always have all those people to go to or a place to stay, and we want to be that for these students.
This lounge here, I like having a couch and a microwave, and it is right next to the veterans office. I like the convenience of having a lounge area.
We don't want you to leave campus. We want you to stay here as much as possible. We invite them for free donuts and coffee every Wednesday morning, to use our commuter lounge here, to have a, you might say, like a home base.
What's really impactful for me working for off-campus student services is that it gives students information that they can use outside the classroom. We're helping them outside of just the academic world by giving them information like working with your roommates and landlord-tenant that they can use throughout their whole life.
Welcome back. I'm Juliana Clipson with your UATV Sports Report. Arkansas's women's basketball is gaining a fresh face. University of Arkansas Vice Chancellor and Director of Athletics Jeff Long named Mike Neighbors head women's basketball coach this morning. Neighbors is returning to his alma mater after 4 years of coaching at the University of Washington. During his time as the Lady Huskies head coach, Neighbors led his team through 4 successful seasons, including the 2016 NCAA Final Four and 2 NCAA Sweet 16 appearances. Neighbors is coming to Arkansas ready to make some waves. The former University of Washington coach said, "We have all the resources in place to be successful on the court, and more importantly, to foster the growth and development of the young women who come through our doors." Mike Neighbors will be the 9th coach in Arkansas women's basketball history. The Ball Hogs took on the Crimson Tide in a 3-game series in Tuscaloosa this weekend. The Hogs came out swinging in their first game on Friday, defeating Alabama 7-1. Sophomore pitcher Blaine Knight was all business going into Friday's game. Knight led the Razorbacks, recording 7 strikeouts, only allowing 1 run and finishing the game without a walk. In their next matchup on Saturday, Arkansas's offense struggled adjusting to Alabama's starting pitcher Dylan Duarte, who only allowed 1 run. The score of Saturday's game was also 7-1, but this time not in favor for Arkansas. In the final game of the series, though, the Hogs took the field looking for payback. The Arkansas Razorbacks and the Tide were all tied up 5-5 until Carson Shaddy's single in the 9th inning put the Hogs on top. Head coach Dave Van Horn was forced to pull from the bullpen 2 times this game, the second time to bring in senior Cannon Chadwick. Chadwick finished the game strong, helping the Hogs to an 8-5 win. The Razorback baseball team is now 22-6 for the season and 7-2 in conference play. They are set to return home to play at Grand Canyon University this Tuesday after playing 6 of the last 7 games on the road. The first pitch will be thrown at 6:30 p.m. The time is finally here. Gonzaga and North Carolina will square off tonight at 8:20 for the final dance. It has been a long road for these two teams, but the moment they have been working so hard for is finally here. Gonzaga will be taking the court tonight stacked with their band of veterans who have led them to an almost perfect season. This will be Gonzaga's first ever appearance at the NCAA National Championship, but don't be fooled. This year marks the Bulldogs' 19th trip to the big dance. Many see Bulldogs as the underdog, but this team's defense is nothing to underestimate. Some say this game will be a double powerhouse matchup. The North Carolina Tar Heels are seasoned veterans when it comes to the NCAA championship. The Tar Heels have 5 tournament championships under their belt, and they are looking to make that 6 tonight. North Carolina had no problem plowing through Kentucky in the Elite 8 and Oregon in the Final 4, but they may have not yet seen a team like Gonzaga. Tonight's game will be played at the University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. That's all I have tonight for UATV Sports. When we come back after the break, we'll take one last look at your weather.
When you first come to college, it can be a little bit hard to find a group of friends that you fit in with.
That won't be a problem for you here at the University of Arkansas.
But what most people don't know is there are over 400 RSOs on campus.
Representing all different cultures.
Representing all different lifestyles.
Representing all different religions.
There's a place here for everyone, so come and find yours.
Welcome back to UATV. I'm Ceci Hernandez with your weather. Let's take a look at your current conditions. Your current conditions right now are 66, feels like 66. Tonight will be mostly clear, so no worries about rain or anything until tomorrow. So keep in mind, be ready for the thunderstorms tomorrow night. That's all I have for you guys right now. Right back to you guys at the desk.
The Fayetteville Fire Department held a car explosion demonstration for her vehicle arson investigation class. As you see in this video, here is a slow motion video of the explosion. Fire marshals from over 5 different states joined Northwest Arkansas to attend the arson investigation class.
Florida teen spreads love to the family and friends of fallen officers nationwide.
14-year-old Megan O'Grady turns the slain officers' uniforms into teddy bear keepsakes. She is the daughter of an officer and says that what inspired her to create Blue Line Bears.
See that number start to rise, and it starts getting really depressing because you know it could be your father out there.
Megan O'Grady has made 24 Blue Line Bears for 17 different families, and that'll do it for this edition of UATV. I'm Destiny Washington.
I'm Andrew Epperson. Be sure and follow us on social media. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.